Home security cameras are more popular than ever before, and as a husband and father of 3 young daughters, today's video kind of brings together multiple things that I'm extremely interested in: cameras, technology, my house, and the safety of my family. And I've been on a quest to find the perfect home security system. I've gone through multiple iterations, and the current iteration that I have right now I think is the best solution out there currently. There is one big puzzle piece that I'm missing. We are going to install it today with this here, my new video camera / doorbell / smart lock. This is the Eufy S330 system, and I'm going to add it to my existing Eufy system. And in theory, this will be the final piece to my perfect security camera system, and maybe yours as well. Okay, first let's go over the system that I currently have installed. And for my outdoor cameras, I went for the Eufy S340s. Now, they have tons of different options for outdoor cameras. The reason that I went for S340s mainly is, one, it's a 360 camera. So the camera can actually look around in space within the app, and just by itself, by doing its tracking, it can see somebody, lock onto them, and then as they walk around my property, it actually tracks them. And because I have these on all 4 corners of my house, there's kind of no dark spots. Like, there's no blackout spots for my security system. If you are in my front yard, you walk around the side of the house before that front driveway camera has lost you, my side camera has already picked you up. The other nice thing is that there is actually 2 cameras on this system. There is a 1x camera and then a 3x camera, and then you can zoom in to 8x. Now, we'll get to some of the cons later, but that's right there a pretty killer system. And these are also completely wireless and solar powered. Because most of my cameras are actually getting sunlight during the day, they only need about 2 hours of sunlight to operate. The solar mount just on top of the camera is perfect for that scenario. Now, I do have one in the backyard where that camera, it doesn't really get sun where it's at. So there is an extension cable in the package that you can actually extend the solar panel. I think it's up to about 6 feet. Now I have the solar panel on the side of my house where it gets tons of sun. It runs over to the camera, and again, I never charge these batteries. I've never charged these batteries. I've had them in for about 90 days at this point. To be fair though, we do live in San Diego, so tons of sun here. Okay, for my indoor cameras, I went for the S350s. Because kind of keeping with that same idea, the S350s can actually look around. They have a 360 spin indoors, and they also have 2 cameras on there. So I can zoom in on something if my kid is sleeping and I'm like, is she sleeping? I just heard something. I can open that camera up and actually zoom in and actually see, is she sleeping or not? And I would say the most important part of the indoor cameras for me is, 1, being able to trigger when it sees or hears something, and 2, being able to see at night. The night vision on these cameras is extraordinary. The S350s have an f1.6 lens and 2 infrared lights on them to light up the area and be able to see in the dark. Obviously, super important. Now, here's where the switch to the Eufy system makes the most sense, and it is the HomeBase 3. I picked up one of the HomeBase 3s because this system uses local storage. So it is storing all these clips that it's shooting, it's storing them in the HomeBase on a hard drive that I have in there. So it's not in a cloud service where I'm paying a subscription fee to them. That drove me absolutely nuts with other systems that I would pay, and it would be like, oh, if you pay this much, you can look back 15 days. And if you pay this much, you can look back 30 days. That drove me crazy. If I recorded a clip, I just want to be able to keep it. And with the HomeBase 3 setup, I can view those clips through the Eufy app, but they're actually stored here locally on what is up to a 16 terabyte hard drive. I went with an 8 terabyte hard drive. That does bump the cost up significantly here. We'll get to cost in a minute here. When you hear how much I've spent on this whole system, it might be a reason for you to change your mind, but I promise you, for what's out there right now, I still think this is the best system. Here's the last piece. Here's like the missing puzzle piece to this whole system, and it's been this. See, I have a doorbell camera with my old system still, the Arlo, which I was not happy with, and I also have a smart lock through August. So 2 things that are separate. This is going to bring that together so that I have a smart lock that is also my doorbell camera, all in one. Again, this thing says it's gonna take me 15 minutes to install. All right, let's go install this thing and we'll see if it actually takes me 15 minutes. I'll need all day. I wouldn't say that was a 15-minute install, but it was incredibly simple. Took me like 25 minutes, but mainly because I had to get the other smart lock, my August lock, I had to get that out of there, and then I had to read the instructions. So if you've already read the instructions, you've gone through this, I would say maybe 15 minutes. Pro tip though, charge your battery. Like as soon as you open this box, take the battery, plug it into USB-C and start charging it. My battery's at like 50% right now, so I will have to charge that again. Super simple. The only thing that didn't work for me was their striker plate didn't fit on mine, but the deadbolt did fit into my current striker plate, so I just didn't have to replace that one. I would have needed to like chisel the wood out for this to sit in there, and I really didn't want to do that today. Okay, let's talk about the cons with this Eufy system. With my whole system, all the different cameras, what are the cons? The first one, it's the price. Now, it's very comparable to other smart home systems, but all in, I am over $2,000 on this system. The S340, the wireless outdoor 360 cameras, 160 bucks each. I have 4 of them. The indoor cameras, the S350 indoor cameras, 130 each. I have 3 of them. The HomeBase system is 150 bucks, but the hard drive that goes inside of it, that's the pricey bit here. That is a 8 terabyte hard drive. I didn't even go for 16. The 8 terabyte Samsung hard drive, Samsung hard drive that they recommend was $543. Yikes. That was the most expensive part of this whole system, was that hard drive. Now, that does mean that I don't have to have a online cloud service where after time, my videos disappear. All of that footage is saved to that hard drive forever. I own it. So for me, totally worth it. And then this new S330 smart doorbell lock and camera, that was $300. So all in, a little over $2,000. Yeah. But again, you can kind of piece this thing up. So you don't have to buy everything at once. You could buy the HomeBase with the hard drive and a couple of cameras, get started out. You realize, hey, I do like this system. Now I want to buy a doorbell. Now I want to get some indoor cams, another couple of those outdoor cams. And then other cons on this system, the S340s, my outdoor cameras. They're not 4K. Now, I don't think that you actually need 4K. They're 3K, and then when you zoom in, they become 2K. The indoor cameras are 4K. Like, they're 4K, they're beautiful. The outdoor cameras, still beautiful, but not 4K. And do you need 4K? No. But mentally, do I want 4K? Absolutely. I wish that those outdoor turret cameras were 4K. They do zoom to 8x, but again, like once you reach past that second lens, you are digitally zooming to 8 times. But then the last big con is online. If you want to go online, it's just not a good experience. The app, the Eufy app, really, really, really good. And now everything is in one app for me. So before I had the doorbell, I had the smart lock, I had another camera system thing that I was using. I got rid of all of it. Now I am in one system. There's one app that I can go into. I can control my front door, all my indoor cameras, all my outdoor cameras. But if I want to see this same thing online, it's like a weird process. Essentially, you go online, you log in, and then you have to go to the app to give your online self access to the cameras. And then it's only for like a time period. Like you set like 1 hour or 4 hours or 8 hours, and then the access expires and you have to go back to the app to give yourself access. If you were going to the app to give yourself access online, then you might as well just look at the feed in your app. Not that big of a deal. Okay, questions about this whole setup, the questions about the doorbell, about the cameras, about the indoor cameras, put them down below. I will get your questions answered for you. For me and all the different systems that I have tried, this Eufy system with the S330, the S340, and S350 cameras, it's been the best. It's been the best for me. Oh, also in the Eufy system, because they make these like wallet trackers. Look, this is like a tracker thing that's like an AirTag, but it goes in my wallet, and that's also in my Eufy app. Eufy is doing some good things in the security space. Questions, comments, throw them down below, and I'll see you